You are listening to the Hoopad podcast. If you want to take a look inside the brains of a professional basketball player, this podcast is for you. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Hoopad podcast. For those who don't know me, my name is Vincent Nguyen. I'm a professional basketball player for the City Wings here in Vietnam. And I decided to start this podcast because I recently graduated, had a lot of time freeing up. Came back to Vietnam early to prepare for the new season. And yeah, I just wanted a new project to share my story, a platform to share my, like I said, my story, my opinions, my experience, to entertain and inspire people, like the next generation of athletes, for example. So yeah, during the podcast episodes, I will talk about the ups and downs of the upcoming season. I will also talk a little bit about myself, my journey. So yeah, how did I start playing basketball? How did I become a professional basketball player? And how did I end up in Vietnam? So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first of all, let me explain the logo and the name of the podcast to you guys. So a hoop head is somebody that only thinks about basketball. Maybe he's even slightly obsessed. Yeah. As you can see in the logo, it's a basketball player with a basketball as a head, but it's not just the basketball, it's also the brains. And that's also a little reference to the worst injury I ever had in my life. So let me tell you the story about that. When I was 16 years old, I was playing a basketball game back in the Netherlands, where my mom's from, and where I was born. And there's about 10 seconds left in the first quarter. I have an isolation to take the last shot, so we wound down the clock. 5, 4, I make my move, go to the basket, and then boom, I get smacked in the head by an elbow. But there's no foul call. I get down on the floor, I fall down, and I'm shaken up. I think there's something wrong, but I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to feel my head because it feels like it was really a hard impact. And what it feels like is like there's a dent in my forehead. So I asked one of my teammates. He's like, "Nah, you good. Let's focus on the game." I don't think he even looked at me before saying that, because once we get to the bench, and my coach looks at my head, he just starts cursing at the ref. He's like, "Whoa, how is this not a foul? Look at his head. Come look at it." So yeah, at that point, I'm freaking out because I thought at first I thought something was wrong. Then I got reassured everything was all right. Now I'm back to, okay, there must be something wrong. So yeah, what happened was, on my way to the hoop, trying to score, I got hit by an elbow of a opponent, and he hit me right about in the forehead area. And how I always explain it is that if you cut a ping pong ball in half, that's about the size of the dent that I had right on my forehead. So yeah, best thing to do from there is go to the hospital, get it checked out. So the game is still happening. I go to the hospital, freaking out, obviously, because I don't know what's wrong. Get to the hospital, do a couple of x-rays, couple of tests, this and that. Most of the doctors there had never seen something like that before. So what they do is they have to call in this expert who is not on duty. So it takes a while for him to get there. We wait probably a couple hours before he gets there, and before he can take a look at all the pictures of the x-ray and all of that stuff. Yeah, basically what it comes down to is, what he told me is that I have a fractured skull, a broken skull, and a concussion from the impact. Um, yeah, so obviously that was a shock. And then he gave me two options right away. Either you live with a dent in your head for the rest of your life, or we do surgery tomorrow first thing in the morning, so that's about 12 hours later, and we can fix the dent because it's still fresh, and then we can pop it back into place and it will heal, you'll be fine. So yeah, that's a big decision that I have to make quickly. But what made me decide to get the surgery was that I couldn't play basketball either way because I had a concussion, and yeah, I was out from basketball anyway, and I really didn't want to live the rest of my life with a dent in my head. So yeah, I do get the surgery the next day. Get back to the hospital in the morning. The doctor tries to tell me what they're going to do, but at that point I can't pay attention. I'm just like, just do what you have to do, and I'll find out, I guess, if it worked or not afterwards. But yeah, it wasn't a very dangerous surgery or anything like that. But it was obviously on the head. It's a big deal. So let me tell you how they put the bone back into place. The plan was to open up my head all the way over the top, then pull the skin down for them to put a metal plate in there where they put the skull also back into place, and the metal plate there for protection, so that the bone can heal again. Now, what they actually did was they did the first thing. And by the way, sorry if this is a little graphic for you, but yeah, they pulled down my face, and they popped back the skull into place. But they decided the metal plate was not necessary. Yeah, because they felt like the bone could heal on itself. So there's no metal plate in there, luckily for me. But yeah, after they did that, they stitched me back up. That's actually why I have that scar. I think a lot of people have seen it. I'll pull a picture up right now for those who haven't seen it. But yeah, it's a scar all the way over the top of my head, and you can basically only see it on the sides, really, because my hair is a little bit shorter there. But especially in the beginning, it was quite noticeable, and a lot of people would ask me if I had my barber like put that in there. But yeah, no, that's not the case. It's a scar. It'll probably be there for the rest of my life. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool to have it. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, this is all happening. Hold on. My mom usually comes to every game, especially home games, and this is a home game. But she happened to miss this one because she was going away on a trip with her friends. So it was just me there. My dad wasn't there. He wasn't really into basketball at that point. But yeah, my mom's not there. My dad's not there. This happens. They both come rushing to the hospital. And I think after that, they both didn't miss a game for like a year straight. My dad, after that, he came to every game. I think partly because my mom would make him, so that I would never be alone again during a game. But I think he also really started to like basketball after that. So that's a kind of cool. What is it called? Like collateral damage. It's not damage because it's good. But yeah. And then after all this happened, I'm in the hospital. The other team, the team we played against, they sent me a little card. So that's nice of them too. I call it almost even. Yeah, fractured skull for a postcard. All right, so that's a story about how I came up with the hoop head name. Let's jump back to the present right now. Right now it's April 2023. I decided to come back right after graduation about 2 months ago to prepare for the VBA season, and it also gave me a chance to start or to play the 3-on-3 VBA, which was my first time playing the VBA 3-on-3, and I must say I thought it was a good experience. At first, I didn't really know if I was gonna like 3-on-3, but now having played it, it's actually a lot of fun. It's fast paced. You get a lot of touches, and that's actually why I think every young basketball player should play 3-on-3 too. Even if you want to just become a 5-on-5 professional basketball player, or you've mainly focused on 5-on-5, I think everybody should play 3-on-3 because, well, like I said, you get more touches, you improve your one-on-one skills way faster, and then you also get a different understanding of concepts like spacing, teamwork, stuff like that. So yeah, if I would have a kid right now that is trying to become a professional basketball player, I would say play as much 5-on-5 and 3-on-3 as you possibly can. And then what also helped in the experiences was that, well, especially the first stop, we played really well. We came in with a team of me and then all local guys. And I think that really gave our local guys a chance to show the rest of the country what they were capable of. Going up against other Vietnamese players who had a little bit more experience, but also imports, heritage players, all of that stuff. And I think they really surprised a lot of people with their play. I'm really proud of them. They played their hearts out. We knew that it was going to be tough. But especially that first weekend in Hanoi, we really beat some people or some teams that we didn't have any business beating. So they did a good job. They fought their asses off. We couldn't really keep it going in the second and third stop. But overall, I think the 3-on-3 for myself and for the rest of the team was a really positive experience. And hopefully it will translate into the 5-on-5 season, which is the main thing, right? That's what we're going for. Have a good season. Hopefully have a good season myself, because I wasn't really satisfied with the season I had last year. Last year I came in late because of school. That's another reason why I came in early. I just wanted to get in the best shape of my life, get my skills on point, and then have a great season. So yeah, that's what we're working on right now. Working on skill training, getting that conditioning up, working on our bodies. I think the Vietnam national team is preparing for the SEA Games right now, which is coming up soon. I will not be playing in there, but I do help the team out every now and then. We scrimmage them. So yeah, I'm a little involved with that, which is cool. I think the focus from the national teams has shifted a little bit from 5-on-5 to 3-on-3. Probably because they feel that's the best chance of them getting more medals. I think the men's team and especially the women's team 3-on-3, they have a good chance of getting some hardware in the 3-on-3. All right, guys. So that concludes the first episode of the Hoop Hat podcast. I hope you enjoyed that. I think the production quality will only get better from here on out. We're just trying to release something to get started right now, and hopefully the content will be of better quality going forward, like a little bit better every episode. The full episodes will be available here on YouTube, and then shorter content will be available on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So yeah, that's it for this time. Thank you for listening. I'm out.